4.
One thing that does seem likely is that there's going to be an enormous amount of boxing in every season. Is that something we can count on?
I was asking. I don't want to overdo it, but it's for my own physical fitness, really. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
I got to keep in shape.
You got to do your 3x3 cabinet punches, your fridge, your fridge ups.
I think John got concussed 3 times
by you.
I don't know, but we had Cowboy came in, and Cowboy's like a can do anything. We don't want to say what he is because that's get in trouble, but he's the real deal, and he gave a concussion inspection.
Yeah.
And each time John had a concussion, and he just told John that he was good to go. he would look at John, and he would go, "Okay, good to go." Yeah.
Like an NFL doctor, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, goddamn.
He's like a bad veterinarian.
That's so funny. And John, you could tell, was really getting into the boxing. He saw you as a true guru, like a master that was teaching him he really saw you as Andrew Tate adjacent.
Well, I know he's got an affinity for the top G.
Yeah.
But now maybe he's got an affinity for the tippy top G.
Yeah.
Gold Striker.
I think he does. I don't think he can go from Gold Striker back to Andrew Tate. It's such a drop in intensity.
Andrew Tate will always be John's hero, and that's okay. But along the way, I'll teach him how to fight.
Dude, that dude posting the most fucking disgusting pictures of meat on his Twitter is hilarious. Just the most. Isn't all he eats meat, and it's despicable? It's like unrendered fat, not cooked, and he's like, "On to a good another day." And it's like,
yeah, and then he retweets it too.
Yeah.
He'll retweet it days later and be like, "This is the steak that I had 3 days ago." This big gray blob.
big gray blob.
You need to eat as many raw meat as possible. Don't overcook my steak because it take away the flavor of the meat.
That's so perfect.
Like Dr. Evil almost. John's like Dr. Evil.
I think have you thought about giving the guys or the contestants like an overarching like continuing activity or project or something like that to take up downtime, like something over the course of the whole thing that gets graded or presented at the end? And if it's like a physical tangible thing that brings a lot of terrorism into the mix in between,
they should be able to fuck with each other's projects too, right? Like we're all building these extravagant fish or ships in a bottle, and then you just like light on fire.
Fuck it up.
It's got to be something that makes us money. So it should be phone screen replacement. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You just make them like sit there and take like fucking fact-finding survey quizzes for $2 an hour for some horse shit market research company.
Oh, you can get paid now to watch Jewish films or listen to Jewish podcasts. Yes. That's what they're doing in season 2. Listening to Jewish podcasts the whole time. Fuck yeah.
They're just listening to every episode of the Daily Forward News or whatever the fuck.
I love
That's great. Yeah, you're gonna really get them, nice and politically minded, listening to NPR.
Teach them a thing or two, and also get them in the wallet.
Yeah, well, get them in your wallet with your damn. That would. Yeah. Sincerely, if you forced them to repair phone screens just for like a day, something like that, that's so funny. We
gotta do that. We have to do it.
2 weeks in, you come up to them.
Yeah.
March, you're behind quota.
Yeah.
That all sinks in that it's not a challenge. We're just selling the phone.
Hell yeah.
Get people that aren't familiar enough with it to know what a resounding success it was with season 1. So like halfway through, you're like, guys, if you want the fish bucks, you're gonna have to meet me halfway here with these phone screens. Like you gotta get it.
That was a recurring gag we kept pulling, was trying to convince everyone in the house that the show is doing really bad, which I think is really funny. Telling them we got to get out of this 70 to 100 viewer range was one of my favorites.
After opening with the first day, we told them that there's 750,000 people watching right now.
All the way down.
To 70 to 80 people. It really turned everybody off. Yeah,
That's
the
You know, one thing that's messed up is in the beginning trying to get them amped up for fish bucks.
Yeah.
Because it's just a piece of paper that has a piece like a fish printed on it.
yeah.
And so like convincing them that this was indeed a real game show with like a monetary cash prize associated with it, that was hard. Like I could just tell, even though they might not have necessarily said it, I could tell that they didn't care.
Yeah.
Like they didn't think it was worth anything. And then 6 weeks later, as they're leaving, and it's like we've paid out fucking $7,500 5 times over, and the prizes total that were awarded was like $80,000 or $90,000,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, God damn, that was a huge waste of money, because they would have done it for nothing, and they effectively thought they were doing it for nothing, like they were doing it for pieces of paper, you know.
Yeah. That was like
the fish buck graphic. If you type in fish bucks on Google Images, it's just the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, that's
why they didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
It's like an upscale, like stretched.
just the first thing you
yeah.
found.
I googled fish bucks, and that was the first result.